Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Friday Fight Night here, continuing in the WIW universe mode. My name is Darren Jacobs and I will be your commentator for this evening. And tonight we have another traditional debut match with a little twist because we don't just have one man debuting, we have two. That's right, a tag team debut. A very rare one indeed. We have the Chaos Twins. Tyler Chaos and Jason Chaos making their debuts here tonight in tag team action. A brand new tag team. Twins, if you couldn't tell by the names and, of course, by their appearance. And tonight they're making a tag team debut against a random tag team. And to be honest, these guys have come in at a good time. There's a load of injuries in the tag team divisions, and the Wolfpac are yet to have a real challenge. If the Chaos Twins can make an instant impact, who knows, they could be next in line for the tag team titles. And you know what? The Wolfpac are going to be watching this one closely. They are the kings of the tag team division, and there is no doubt about it. So it's now up to the Chaos Twins to prove that they are ready to challenge. But tonight, they've got some further competition, and they've got to show what they are capable of up against a team who have hit the lowest of lows as of late. They have really struggled as a team, but still trying to fight on and prove something. It's John Cutter and Elmerica. We know what they're capable of. We've seen them at their best. For a brief spell in the trial era, they were tag team champions. But unfortunately for them, they just haven't translated it back into this year. And this year, breaking in a new tag team, trying to prove that they're trying not to get lost in the shuffle of things. They're a very popular tag team. The fans love them, and they are capable of getting the wins with a single move. We've seen it already this year, coming out of the trial era, them winning the match just with the G91. And Team Brenden, they are a capable team. We know what they are capable of. We've seen them at their best, but lately they haven't shown it. And so tonight, here against the debuting Chaos Twins, they get a chance to show off their skills and prove that they are worthy of competing in this tag division. Maybe not for the title yet, because last week, of course, light work was made of them by the Wolfpac. But they want to prove that they can be back up there soon and that they are ready to compete for tag team glory. Of course, the tag team championships from both brands will not be defended at the Uprising pay-per-view. Of course, the two sets of tag team champions, the linebacks, will be going in head-to-head with the Wolfpac at the pay-per-view. And here we go, kicking this one off. Jason Chaos going to get in the ring first with Elmerica. And hitting Elmerica with a Hurricane Rana there to get things going. And Jason and Tyler coming into this business together. It must give you a little bit of added confidence knowing that you've got someone there with you, particularly a family member, of course, in this instance. It's very reassuring for them. And they'll be hoping for a bright future now in a tag division that was very light. If they were in Monday Night Mayhem, they might have struggled a little bit more because there are a lot more developing teams on the Monday Night Mayhem brand. The League of Gods, the Dragon Dynasty, the Death Ninjas. There are a lot of teams stepping up, which appears to be a much friendlier brand on Monday Night Mayhem. And look at that. Jason Chaos showing his work there. And now look at this, going high risk. Straight to the top rope. Oh, he's begging him to get back to his feet. In control here out of the gate. And Jason Chaos there. A massive elbow to the back of the head. Once again, Elmerica has started slow, which is becoming a theme here for John Cutter and Elmerica. Elmerica starts off really slow, and John Cutter has to pick up the slack. And now look at this tag in. And look at this. Beautiful powerbomb off the Hurricane Rana. And a nice bit of tag team work there by the Chaos Twins. And they're off to a promising start in this matchup. And now going straight back to the top rope. As Tyler goes up. What can he offer? What can he do? Look at that. Massive leg drop from the top rope. And this is a great start. This is exactly what they needed for a debut here from the Chaos Twins. They really needed to show themselves off here if they could. And they're off to a good start doing that. And Tyler keeping control of proceedings. And Elmerica just can't seem to do anything about it. There's a deadlift suplex. And now maybe looking for another one. Oh, no, just going to wrench away on the head here, just wearing him down. That's a smart tactic. It tends to work quite a lot in WIW Fight Night. A very different style to Mayhem. Despite the name of Mayhem, don't let that fool you. There are a lot friendlier. They're still obviously very vicious towards each other, and there's some heated rivalries, particularly when looking at the world title picture. But they are definitely a lot friendlier. There's a lot more handshakes and congratulations going around when when credit is due. Where, of course, on Friday Fight Night, in a brand dominated by the Wolfpac, it doesn't always add up that quite friendly characteristic, and it can get chaotic at times. Look at this. Looking for another deadlift, this time into a powerbomb here, and straight down onto the mat. And the Chaos Twins, if they can keep this kind of aggressive style, relentless attack going, and they keep that kind of style, I think they'd find a good place here in Friday Fight Night. But any tag division would be lucky to have a team who's willing to come out this hot out of the gate. And they are straight in. They are not wasting any time here, trying to prove their point. They want to be key parts of the tag team divisions. And in a tag team division this small, they want as early tag team title opportunities as they can get. Look at El Merkin now fighting back here into a Hurricane Rana. Beautiful display of athleticism. And now taking the time to taunt, but look at John Cutter. He does not look impressed. He wants a tag. And I don't blame him. He's just watched El Merkin getting beaten down for the last 5 minutes or so. And now look at this. El Merkin looking for the Hurricane Rana. Inseguri from the knees there. And now finally signs of life back in this match for El Merkin. Spins him around. Look at that massive German suplex. And the Chaos Twins, it was very obvious the tactic. Keep him in the ring. Keep control of the match. But now all of a sudden El Merkin with a lease of life. Look at this. Oh, beautiful move there from the top rope and straight into the cover off of it. 1, 2. Oh, and it's a 2 count there. Bit of worrying signs there from the Chaos Twins. An early 2 count, considering they haven't really taken much damage in this one. And look at this. Wisely tags out. And here comes the powerhouse of the team. Here comes John Cutter. Stepping into the ring once again. Oh, look at that. Trading shots here, but looks like it's Tyler Chaos that's going to walk out the winner of that face-off. And now look at this. Stretching the arm here. Right on the ropes. The referee didn't seem to be in a rush to come break that one up. Oh, and a massive strike there. And all of a sudden, the powerhouse of the team, he's being thrown around as well now. Look at this. Once again, Tyler Chaos is proving problems. And El Merkin right now, you got to believe he's not going to come to the rescue anytime soon. And look at this. Both of these two with counters to the fists. And look at this. Grabbing him by the leg. And look at this. Into an ankle lock here. It's going by the ankle. And all of a sudden, John Cutter's tapped. Is that really it already? What a submission hold applied. And the Chaos Twins pick up their first tag team victory. And I can't believe that. That was quite a shock to the system there. I didn't expect that for an ending. But the Chaos Twins, they did work well together. They dominated. And John Cutter taken down with ease there. And I really did not see that one coming quite as abrupt of an ending as it was. But that's an important win for the Chaos Twins, establishing themselves in the tag division. And another loss for John Cutter and El Merkin. And I'll tell you what, that one is going to sting. It's another defeat for them. They have really fallen from grace here since the trial era. And the Chaos Twins have taken full advantage and picked up the victory here tonight. And another defeat for John Cutter and El Merkin. And it is a really disappointing one for them as well. A match they feel they should be winning. These debut matches usually are in favour of the veterans. And look at this. These two aren't happy anymore. The losses are coming thick and fast, and they don't know what to do about it. And that's leading to some hostility between the two. I do hope this isn't leading to the breakup of one of the great teams in WIW history. But John Cutter and El Merkin need to find something to fight back. Next up tonight, we have a rematch following the events of last week, as this man, Legaue, one half of the Vikings of Destiny, former tag team champion, was in a match with a debuting man that was right behind him. Oh my god, look at this! What the hell? Oh, it's straight in with a chair. Not wasting any time to get this one started. That man, Trevor Jackson, debuted last week against Legaue. Legaue destroyed him on the outside and took the win on countout. And this week, Trevor Jackson getting his own back, requesting to the general manager for a no-holds-barred match, which the general manager clearly has applied with, and straight away, Trevor Jackson's wasted no time getting to work here on Legaue. I guess this match has already begun. It's no holds barred. The pin must occur in the ring, but other than that, there is no rules. And the referee can't do anything about it. Trevor Jackson making his intentions clear here. And look at this, Legaue. He's angry now, trying to charge him down. And look at this, sending this into the ring. This no-holds-barred match could get brutal, and it's not off to the best of starts here. But Trevor Jackson trying to get the better of him early on here. And the referee, all he can do is just watch on. He knows that everything that's been happened so far is legal. Oh, look at that massive headbutt. And he's got caught taunting here. And now to the outside, and look like he's going to bring a weapon in of his own. Here comes another steel chair. Oh, and went for a strike on top of the head, but Trevor Jackson with the counter. And now look at this, up on the shoulders. Right next to the chair. Oh, just stunning him off the top rope. And the referee is not liking this already, and this match is only just getting started here tonight. And look at this, Irish whip to the corner. And what's Trevor Jackson thinking? Scooping him up, tree of woe. And look at that, just stomping in the gut. And, oh wait, what? Well, unfortunately, that is going to wrap up this match. The referee making the stupid decision to end the match there. I'm not quite sure why, but this match will happen, and it will probably happen next week, so we'll stay tuned for that. But we do need to move on down the rest of the card. Well, after that chaos that has just occurred, we've got more potential chaos coming up tonight. The first time we're going to see a preview of Uprising between the Linebacks and the Wolfpac, as David is going to step in the ring tonight with the other half, well, with the other tag, one half of the Mayhem Tag Team Champions. But David and Steve made a huge statement just a couple of shows ago as they put Coach Wilson through a table and into a hospital bed. And I'm sure the Linebacks are eager to get some revenge for that, and they will get it at the pay-per-view. But tonight, the general manager wants to see a one-on-one between the two teams, and Steve and the other half of the Linebacks will compete next week as they go one-to-one. When so far what we can tell from Coach Wilson's medical condition, he's going to be out for a significant amount of time. David and Steve really beat him down, and this man was the perpetrator of it all. He really, well, Coach Wilson did start the attack, but this man, David, was the man who put him through the table, brought in the weapons. He really did the majority of damage, which is why he's up here first. The general manager, as you can believe, was not happy with the assault on Coach Wilson. But there will be a chance for payback for these two teams, and he's going to get one tonight. First up to take on to David is Patrick Green, which means Steve will take on Kazarian Zander next week. But a chance for some payback here tonight if he can get it, and I'm sure they'll be looking to do just that here. The Mayhem Tag Team Champions. This isn't your traditional Battle of the Brands, Battle of the Champions anymore. After the attack on Coach Wilson last week, this is going to get personal. The Linebacks weren't even there. They had to watch on TV their coach get absolutely destroyed by them, and now is in a medical bay. And now, knowing Patrick Green and Kazarian Zander like I do, they're going to be set on destroying the Wolfpac. And these two tag team champions will collide at the pay-per-view. But for tonight, they're going to battle here in the ring. Oh, look at this. Trying to say, oh, look at that. Yep. I thought that was coming. Oh, look at that. A cheap shot. Oh, and look at this, getting aggression here. And the hostility is really growing between these two teams. And look at this. And Patrick Green has got so busy and so distracted that he hasn't even realized he still has his helmet on. And he's battling with the helmet on here. He doesn't want to take a minute to rest. And look at this. These two guys straight for each other. And you can already see the hostility growing between two teams that will very rarely even see each other. There was no reason for these two to be meeting at Uprising, but the Wolfpac got bored. They wanted a challenge, and since they weren't planning on defending their title this month, which the general manager has advised due to the recent circumstances, of course no one really fit to compete for the tag team titles, the Chaos Twins coming in today, but other than that, no one really to stake a claim. And look at this, David from the top rope. Gets Green up on the shoulders, what's he thinking? Oh, look at that, rolling thunder from the top rope. And straight into the cover, he thinks that might be enough here to put away Patrick Green, and it's a 2 count. Early promising signs there from David. And Patrick Green and Kazarian Xander hell-bent on destruction in their own division. And right now there isn't a tag team that has staked a claim for the tag team titles. Of course, recently winning their rematch clause against Up Up Down Down to become 2-time tag team champions on Monday Night Mayhem. And now look at this. Trying to make David tap here. Trying to make him suffer as much as possible to get payback. But again, the helmet being crashed. And look at this, gut punch and a hip toss as well by David. Nice little sequence to get out of harm's way. And look at this, straight back on the offensive. No letting back here from David. And now going to the middle rope. Of course, David and Steve still enjoying their first reign as Mayhem Tag Team Champions. Have only defended it. They've defended their title once before, and that was against the Vikings of Destiny. Of course, they won the titles initially against the Vikings of Destiny. And, oh, look at this. Green gets out of harm's way there and a chop block right to the back of the leg. They defended their title once before against the same team they won it against, the Vikings of Destiny. But they won the rematch, and in the process, Noah got injured, and they have not come back to stake a claim just yet. Hold on a minute. Green, oh, I thought maybe he thought about going for a weapon there. This match is not no disqualification. And straight away back in the ring, and David stun off the ropes. And these two teams, it's gone from a test to see who is the best into a really personal battle, for one team seeking revenge and for the other seeking WIW domination. The Wolfpac at the pay-per-view could walk out with every single title on their brand, and it's pretty much guaranteed now that they will walk out with the tag team titles. But for them, it's a matter of proving that they're the best in the whole of WIW, and they're making a statement here and trying to prove how good they are on all brand. Look at that, the crowd, such hostility towards David. The Wolfpac era in full force, and they're continuing their dominance right here tonight. And they will be in tag team action later on tonight, the Wolfpac, and you will see their match very, very shortly. A lot of tag team action here tonight. Of course, the main event, massive tag team matchup as well. And look at this, David. Oh, and a massive slam. And straight into the cover. And oh, and he nearly wraps it up there. And David with the 2 count. But now looking to put him away. Patrick Green in trouble here. He let his anger get too far ahead of him, and he's paid the price. Oh, and down on the helmet. That's going to add added impact. And that pile driver down gives David the win here against Patrick Green. And it's 1 point in the favor of the Wolfpac. And that's what they'd want coming into the pay-per-view. As much momentum as possible. Basically dismantling him here, David. Patrick just got caught up in the anger at the beginning of the match and everything that had built up before, and David took full advantage. That was a beautiful slam down there, and that nearly got the cover, but this got the job done, as it tends to do. Massive pile driver, and David picks up a win here tonight, and look at him celebrate. It's a big win for him. One half of the Fight Night Tag Team Champions, and next week Kazarian will be facing off against Steven. Will Steven be able to get the same result? That remains to be seen, but a big, big win there in favour of the Wolfpac. And is that a sign of things to come at the Uprising pay-per-view? We shall soon see, but let's move on down the rest of the card. And to wrap up tonight's show, we've got 2 tag team matches. First one is the Wolfpac, or 2 members of the Wolfpac. It is the World Heavyweight Champion, King Sam, and Travis, the former television champion, who will be facing against the current television champion, Big Willie, and the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, this man, Original Brad, who currently is on a losing streak at the hands of the Wolfpac. They really have got the better of him since taking the World Heavyweight title away from him. It's almost as if he's losing hope and positivity here. Original Brad, though, looking to get back to winning ways if he can here tonight. And it's important that he does just that for his self-esteem and, of course, giving himself momentum coming into the pay-per-view. This match was very important, which is why the general manager reluctantly added this match to the card instead, of course, because now there's 3 tag team matches on the card. But the reason that the general manager wanted this match is because the winning team gets to choose the stipulations for their matchup. So if Brad and Big Willie can come together to pick up the win here tonight, they will progress. They will earn themselves a chance to choose the stipulations for their respective matchups. Of course, both these matchups will be rematches that will be coming up. And this man, Big Willie, will be hoping to defend that television championship for the 2nd time at the Uprising pay-per-view as he takes on Travis one-on-one. Stipulation to be decided by the winner of this matchup. But for this man, he didn't have the best of starts to his title reign, losing to Soulman Akira in a non-title match. But then last week decided, you know what? If you want the title, come and take it from me. And he proved his dominance by defending for the first time against Soulman Akira the television championship. And he destroyed him as he promised, sending warning signs early to Travis and the rest of the Wolfpac who intend to get involved. But the television champion cares very little about all that. Tonight he's here with one purpose, and that is to get some early damage on his on the number 1 contender for that television championship and make life easier for himself by having a choice of stipulation. What a team that is. That is a powerhouse of a team right there. But they are coming up against another powerhouse of a team that has dominated so long here in WIW through the trial era and now in this modern era that we are in. It's a team that everybody knows, and whether you love them or hate them, you have to respect the hustle and commitment they've had so far. In David and Sam here, okay, once again, Travis is coming down to the ring invisible, and David leading him down tonight. For obvious reasons, he just picked up a victory here tonight, and of course it's Travis and Sam who will be in in-ring action. That's why he's leading him out tonight. He's been leading him down a lot lately, but King Sam reassures us that, of course, he is not acting as leader, but there has been a number of reasons why he has been leading the charge. And tonight, of course, he's walking him down as the manager, so there is no surprise here. But Travis, once again, coming down in Harry Potter's invisible cloak to compete here tonight. And I guess the game just doesn't want Travis to come down to the ring with the Wolfpac. God knows what happens. This game is just awful. But Travis rocking some new attire here. King Sam trying to get the psychological advantage over original Brad by wearing the attire that he won the World Heavyweight Championship in. And Brad's going to start this one off against Travis, who last week, if I recall correctly, well, at least the week before, beat Brad, continued his losing streak, and now Brad looking to get back to winning ways. And of course, a win here tonight will mean he gets a choice of stipulation for his rematch against King Sam. And he'll be wanting something that doesn't involve submissions if he can help it. As for Big Willie, I'm sure he'll be looking for something very similar, just like a hardcore style match. Something where he can just dominate his opponents. Brad and Big Willie, very dominant people, powerhouse type of fighters. They're very, very strong, very, very capable of just manhandling people and throwing them across the ring. And as for the Wolfpac, very technical fighters, master tacticianists, always with a plan no matter which member of the team it is. And look at this, up on the shoulders, looking for a Samoan drop and a big connection down. Wait, what? Wait, what the actual fuck? Listen, I want to leave this in because this is a hella funny. We are going to have to restart this match now. But what the fuck is... Oh god, man. Where is he gone? Where is he gone? I want to just play this through for a second. Where is he gone? First he comes down to the ring as an invisible man. And then he just slides out of the ring. Oh god, man. We're going to have to restart this one. Okay. That was cleared up, whatever that was. And we are back on the way in this one. We continue on with Travis and Brad. I'm sorry. That is too funny. I have to show you guys that. That is absolutely hilarious. If you need any further proof that this game is broken, there is your proof. Honestly, guys, if this series wasn't so much fun to do, I very rarely would play this game. I say that, I do play this game quite a lot. That's an absolute lie. But if you're watching this and you want to buy this game thinking it's going to be realistic, it's going to be something really cool, just watch these episodes and you'll see you are very much mistaken. But we are back on the way here with the Wolfpac. Travis, after being invisible and sliding into the DMs of the crowd, it appeared. Original Brad is going to take control here once again, as he did just before that strange little incident. And Brad, we've seen in the past, not keen on tag team matches. He did win a 4v4 tag team match against every member of the Wolfpac not too long ago, but the Wolfpac didn't really come across as if they were trying in that one, from my perspective. Look, from the middle rope, didn't quite get the connection there with the fist drop. But for the Wolfpac, yeah, they weren't really trying in that one. But for Brad, tag team action in the past, we've seen him not really willing to work with others, to the point that we've actually seen him get someone fired in the past. Of course, Jax Wolfe in the trial era was fired. Oh, look, David's made an appearance there. There he is down at the bottom. Yeah, he hasn't been willing to work with people as of late. I remember back in the trial era, him and Jax Wolfe teamed together in Jax Wolfe's debut match, as it was at the time. That's a bit of tag team work there, though. And that led to, of course, Brad leading him to get fired, even though he was willing to help him. And Big Willie there was thinking about going for the top rope. Decided against it, no surprise. Travis has rolled out of harm's way here, and look at that. That's a menacing sight. Around the ring, you have the former world champion Travis, the world heavyweight champion King Sam, and the Fight Night tag team champions Steve and David. And David, after a dominant win here tonight, oh, look at that. King Sam causing the distraction there on Travis, and look at that. Beautiful bit of acrobatic steals there from Travis, who's trying to fight back now, and Big Willie struggling here against his #1 contender. And look at this, the Wolfpac all in his corner. Look at Travis. And Travis not taking any prisoners there, just takes down both members. Oh dear, David's going round. I see that. David's coming round. He will be disqualified. I'd avoid it. And look at this, Travis beating down Original Brad, maybe trying to make life easier for King Sam at the pay-per-view. And look at that, crashing him into the steel steps. Remember, Big Willie, the legal man here. And he might want to start focusing on his own target, because now here he is, and he's going to make him pay for that. And look at this. Just crashing him into the barricade. Brad's going to get back to the ropes, and the count continues as he gets tossed across the outside. Count of 6. And this could end in a count out if Travis is smart enough. It could do the same for Big Willie, though. Count of 7. He wants to get it back into the ring, no surprise. And look at this. Straight in with the tag. King Sam straight in off that bit knee there. And look at this. David playing to the crowd, getting right up in their faces here. And the crowd enjoying it. And look at that. Straight off the tag. King Sam bringing it to Big Willie here. And that is a promising sign for King Sam. Of course, remember, scheduled to defend his title, not retain. I'm not going to make that assumption. To retain his title against Original Brad at the pay-per-view. And last time they fought, it was an extreme submission matchup, which led to King Sam winning with the cross-faced chicken wing and beating Brad for the second time. And Brad will be hoping and praying that it doesn't become a third time. Oh, look at this. Just sending him over the top rope. Nearly crashed into his own partner. And look at this. Oh, big overhead belly suplex. Big Willie hasn't had much control in this one, but trying to assert it back here if he can. Scooping up the world heavyweight champion, but a big counter and a neck breaker. Oh, and look at this. Oh, and he does tag out. And here we go. This is what we wanted to see. Original Brad and King Sam back in the ring. Oh, but look at this. Trading shots here, and Brad did not take kindly to that little cheap shot. And there's a drop kick. And King Sam wisely rolls out of the ring, and this is what I was saying about the Wolfpac. Look at this. Now he's going to get a bit of revenge here on Travis, who attacked him just a moment ago. And now look at this, just want to wear him down in the ring. David and Steve, of course, are going to be reluctant to get involved. They know the consequences of their actions if they do. And look at this, a massive DDT. And the referee has really lost control of this one early on. He's counting down Sam, who's still down at the count of 4, just taking his sweet time here before getting back in the ring. And now look at this, Brad spins him around there with a massive shot. An inverted DDT, look at that! Sam, the ultimate tactician as he is, taking full advantage of the window of opportunity he was just granted. And now a big shot to Brad, but Brad just takes it on the chin, as we know he does. And look at this, straight away twisting the arm. He's going to send him to the top here. Travis got in the way though. Travis grabbing him by the ankles there and breaking it up. And Travis is taking the shots here for King Sam, and that might be a good tactic here, because Brad's struggling here, and now Brad might pay the price for it. Crossface chicken wing, and he's already tapped out twice to this. But King Sam letting it go there, interestingly enough. He's not done yet. He's not done yet. And look at this, wants to make his #1 contender pay. And Travis there just saved his partner, his leader, of course, King Sam. And look at this, straight into the middle of the ring. He thinks he's choked him out there, and the senton to match, but it's only a 1 count there. And that's not a promising sign. Maybe he should have kept that submission hold in for a little longer. But the King making his presence felt here. And picks him up. Oh, and a massive knee. And now Brad's going to roll out of harm's way, but look at this. Just stomping him out on the way through. And thanks to the distraction by Travis, King Sam has established control of his #1 contender. And now look at this, what's he thinking? Oh, and a massive running knee on the outside. Oh, look at this, Steve's coming round. It's a scary sight that all 4 members of the Wolfpac at the same time. And there's only 2 in the other corner. The numbers game has always come into effect. It's always been a big part of the victories of the Wolfpac. But you try telling them that. Look at this. Just crashing him into the barricade there. Count of 6. And it wouldn't surprise me if King Sam's planning on a count out. Look at this. The self-proclaimed best in the world trying to prove his dominance here. And Brad gets back in, makes the tag. In comes Big Willie. Look at that. A massive jaw-shattering super kick. And now he's going to tag out. And now we're going to get another preview of what's going to happen at the pay-per-view. Tagging comes Travis. Massive clothesline. And look at this, the momentum. This has been a chaotic tag team match here. And it's been great to watch here. And Travis, look at this. Big kick to the gut. Looking for the axe kick here. He can connect. He does. And the television champion in a spot of trouble here as he goes into the cover. But it's a rope break that separates the count. And that was a good spell from Travis there. Coming straight back into the match. And now look at this. Continuing to wear away on the back and the neck of Big Willie here. What's he got planned? What's he thinking? Look at this. Straight in. Gut wrench powerbomb. Gut wrench powerbomb. And only 1 man to date has kicked out of this maneuver. And that could seal the deal here. Travis drags him to the middle of the ring. Straight into the cover. Brad's going to need to break this one up, you feel, too. And Brad does. And I have a feeling that was the end of it. But Brad makes the save. Big Willie trying to get back to his feet. What's Travis thinking? Oh, massive DDT from the middle rope. And he's going to roll out of harm's way. And although Brad in trouble as once again these 2 square off. Back in the trial era, these 2 were a former tag team before quite an unfortunate event happened, which only long-term subscribers would actually know about. And I'm going to leave it that way. Look at this. Oh, what's David doing? Oh, David looking eager to get involved. Look at this. All 4 members of the Wolfpac just swarming Big Willie on the outside. He's got nowhere to run. And Travis and Sam working away on him on the outside. And look at this. What's Travis got planned? He's going to toss him back in the ring, maybe. He's just grabbing him by the back of the neck here. And then gets him back into the ring. And the menacing sight there is the Wolfpac just work together. They're showing really good tag team work here. They're showing their dominance as a powerhouse team, as they have done for the majority of this year, and of course last year as well. Oh, look at that. And a cutter there from Sam. We don't see that from him as often as we used to. And Brad is tired. He is hurt. He's taking some beatings, and you can see that on the other side. But Big Willie taking his share of a beatdown as well. And look at this. Several big knees to the top of the skull. And remember, we've still got one more tag team match after this. And this one might be coming to a close very soon. Looking for the running knee on the television champ, and he gets out of the way. Sweeping the legs as well. Big Willie gets out of danger. And now might be able to capitalize. He gets to the corner. Oh, look at this. A massive running splash. God knows how much weight that was just barreling down on Sam, and he has to roll out of harm's way again. Big Willie, he's fought back all of a sudden. Look at that, Brad. I see him staring. I had a feeling he might be going for something here. Oh, look at this. Big Willie going to take Travis on the outside. Here we go. These two, of course, will be facing an uprising, and this match was to determine the stipulation, but right now, this match has just been so chaotic, I don't even see it coming to an end, because these two teams are just having too much fun beating the crap out of each other. Oh, look at this. Flexing the muscles, showing off for the crowd here. It's Big Willie, the television champion, asserting his dominance further, and now Sam gets back to his feet and crashes him into the steel steps. What chaotic tag team match this has been. Tag team matches don't tend to be quite like this one, especially when you're working with people who aren't usually tag team partners. Sam gets back in the ring, maybe looking to play for the count out here. At the count of 8, he's going to try and steal it. Look at this, Travis going to keep him preoccupied here on the outside. Count of 9, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. King Sam wins on count out, and Brett can't believe it on the outside. Look at that, and a cheap little gunshot there by the Wolfpac. The Wolfpac win again, and that was a very entertaining match for more than one reason. But that was absolutely brilliant there from King Sam. I told you he would more than happily take the count out win, and that's exactly what he did. They put up a fight there, the Wolfpac, and so did Brad and Big Willie. But in the end, the Wolfpac just proved to be too much for them, and Travis played a very pivotal role in that match, taking the shot for King Sam, keeping Big Willie outside here at the end for the count. And look at this, watch King Sam here. Oh, and he didn't show it. But a big win for these two. The World Heavyweight Champion and the former Television Champion will now have a choice of stipulation again. The second time that the Wolfpac will have a choice of stipulation for their matchups at the pay-per-view, this time at Uprising. And could we see the Wolfpac walk out with every single title in the business? What a big statement that would be. Could you imagine the scenes? The general manager must be watching on in absolute horror of what has occurred. But now it's time for another tag team match, and a big one too, in tonight's main event. Time for a bit of brand versus brand action here tonight, and it is featuring all 8 participants for the first time who will be competing in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to be a big one at Uprising, a massive main event, and of course the winner of that match will earn themselves a shot at any title at any time of their choosing. It's a big, big prize, and whoever wins it is instantly going to shoot themselves up and escalate to the main event, because of course they have a title match coming up, and no matter when it is, that's a big, big thing to have. And we have a 4-on-4 tag team matchup between Friday Fight Night and Monday Night Mayhem for the first time ever. Of course, that will happen again at some point at a Survivor Series style pay-per-view later down the line. But tonight, it's about asserting the brand dominance, but also getting some wins to give you momentum coming into the pay-per-view. And this man coming down first, Liam Connors, earned himself entry into this matchup by beating Wilson Woodward at the Warzone pay-per-view, which was a great match to start off. Considering it wasn't even supposed to be on the card, it was a great one. And Liam Connors didn't have the best start to WIW career, but things are looking up for him. If he can walk out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, that really will turn his career around. And that's exactly what he wants here tonight. Of course, tonight working with people who he hasn't been on the best of terms with as of late. And of course, a lot of tension been building up on the Fight Night brand particularly. The Fight Night people coming out first, interestingly enough. And this man, Wilson Woodward, has been at the centre of it all. The first man to qualify for the WIW Money in the Bank ladder match. And since then, he has been doing everything in his power to try and assert his dominance by sabotaging the other people in the show, by backstage attacks, by calling people out, by constantly putting himself in matches, doing whatever he can, realistically, to get himself some attention and build some momentum. This man has made it clear he has one mission, that is to become world champion and to dominate everyone in his path. He has mentioned he doesn't care for wins or losses. He only cares for total destruction, and he can do just that in a massive 8-man Money in the Bank ladder match. And could you imagine that man with the world title if he is not afraid to be relentless and to be aggressive? That is a sign of a true world champion. Of course, King Sam with that type of mentality, and that is why he's world heavyweight champion, of course, right now. And of course, it wouldn't be a Money in the Bank ladder match without Ryan and his glitchy shorts coming down to the ring, earning this chance just a couple of weeks ago. Only man not ambushed. Featured in the tag team matchup, though, on Monday Night Mayhem with the other 4 members of his brand. But tonight, they all have to work together. And Ryan, the super athlete, never been much of a tag team competitor, but he is one tough competitor. And despite the fact that his brother has never been keen on his wrestling ability, and of course his brother being the general manager, he's let him compete, he's given him the opportunity, and a super athlete, as he has done so far, so well this series, has really proven his dominance, and now once again has a chance to push for a title. But Ryan's biggest problem, he always fell short at the final hurdle, even in the trial era, and now he has a chance to redeem that and fix himself here, and tonight he gets a chance to prove his dominance. And the final man coming down to the ring, Max Danger, who also won the opportunity at the Warzone pay-per-view, representing the Danger family. Of course, Chris Danger, his father, out injured at this current moment after the beatdown he received at the Warzone pay-per-view by Big Boss. And Max Danger now repping the Danger family. The WIW franchise has been a really tough arena and place for the family of the Dangers. None of them have really achieved the greats. Of course, the highest any of them have achieved was a King of the Ring back in the trial era. But this Money in the Bank could change all that. The Danger family can finally do what they've been trying to do, and that is finally capture the world title and prove that they really are the best in the world after conquering nearly every franchise of wrestling. And that is what they hope to do here tonight. And that is all for the Fight Night team. So it's now time to invite down the away team. Look at that. Interesting choice of people there staring down in the ring. And first up is an actual tag team. That's right, these 2 men have managed to gain access to this match together after forming an alliance a couple of weeks ago to take down the quite skinny man that is Greg, who is out severely injured. And that is the League of Gods. Damas and Black Jesus out here tonight after earning this opportunity by winning in a tag team matchup against Thomas and Greg. Black Jesus winning it quite a while ago. Of course, he was the first member overall to be entered into this matchup, and that is why Damas was given the opportunity, and he cashed in on it. And now these 2 both have an opportunity at the Money in the Bank ladder match, and of course that gives them an increased chance of winning, because one of them could walk out the champion and the other one will take that on its chin, and that could mean good signs for League of Gods. And it gives them the advantage here tonight, an actual tag team coming into the ring to take on in a tag team match against a bunch of people who A, hate each other, and B, are inexperienced in tag team action. That could lead to a big advantage for them and for the Monday Night Mayhem brand, who will be looking to assert some brand dominance, not just in this match, but also at the pay-per-view, where not only that match will happen, but of course the tag team champions versus the tag team champions will occur as well. Time to bring down the rest of their partners, 2 other men to bring down, and one of them has been put through a lot lately. Of course, recently coming off a defeat at the hands of the League of Gods in a 2-on-1 handicap match. This man seems to be the man that everyone seems to target and double team. It is Jax Wolfe. The trial era served him horribly, but since returning, he has been a dominant star. It has taken at least 2 men at one time to keep this man down. His singles career in one-on-one action has been phenomenal since returning. He's been really showing himself this year, and now has earned himself a shot at the Money in the Bank ladder match, and that's exactly what he'll be wanting to escalate his career. Jax Wolfe has had so many obstacles preventing him from title pushes, such as the rivals he gets caught himself into. Of course, Jackson and original Brad, he managed to get himself caught in the middle of that, and that might have been the worst mistake that he could have made in the trial era. But for Jax Wolfe, better things are coming, and this match, just him being in it, is a sign of just that. Final man coming down to the ring. I do hope this isn't a repeat of the last 4-on-4 tag team match, where the entrances lasted longer than the actual match itself. Final man down to the ring is one half of the Cotterells, and no one really expected this one. Quite an interesting pick for the general manager. It was Mad Max, who of course won a 6-man battle royal to get this opportunity, and he had some tough men to beat in that match, of course. Oliver Regem, Estrella Chico, Austin Creed, just to name a few. But Max, representing the Cotterell family with pride here tonight, and that's exactly what he wanted to do. Establish himself. And tonight he's been able to do that as a singles competitor. Since returning, the Cotterell as a tag team have really, really struggled. And they have been losing quite consistently in the tag team division. But Mad Max leading the charge here tonight for them whilst Brett's out injured. And what a big turning point that could be for them if they capture this title. Dharma's starting here for the Monday Night Mayhem team. And Liam Connor's starting for Fight Night. And he's straight away outside the ring. And look at this Mad Max. Typical Mad Max fashion. Not going to waste any time here to get to work on attacking the other team. A very vicious character, Mad Max. We know that fully. Darmus, a wise choice to start this match off. Of course, part of the new tag team that is the League. Oh, look at this. Liam Connors has no interest already. Oh, and Max Cotterell wisely backs off. But Darmus going to make him pay for that momentary distraction by Mad Max. And look at this. Crashing him out to the middle of the ring. The Greek god Darmus has made quite a massive stride on Monday Night Mayhem. Of course, now part of the League of Gods with Black Jesus. But in Darmus's case, he claims he's unbeaten. We know that not to be true. Look at this. Darmus already bringing that Mayhem instinct over to Fight Night. And look at this. Once again, just beating down Liam Connors in the middle of the ring. And just going to take the time to taunt as well with some press-ups. Worrying signs early here from Liam Connors. We're used to Connors getting out the gate strong, just being unable to finish the match. And oh, look at this, straight into that turnbuckle. The exposed turnbuckle. And Wilson Woodward pleading for a tag here. Oh, look at this, Ryan as well. Ryan gets the tag. First tag of the match, and in comes Ryan. And look at this, straight after hot tag here. Oh, look at this. Max and Woodward getting into a little bit of a scuffle there. On the outside, I saw that in the corner of my eye. Those two fighting each other, but the super athlete, Ryan Austin, making his way down to the ring. Making his way into the match, excuse me. And gets him up on the shoulders. What's Ryan thinking? Oh, gutbuster. And now look at that, the fight, the Mayhem corner pleading for the tag. A little bit of hostility with the League of Gods and Jax Wolfe after their last matchup. But other than that, the Monday Night Mayhem team, not really with much hostility towards each other, but they know they can't afford to have friends in... Well, they can afford... It might be a good idea to make alliances for that type of match, but of course, in the end, there can only be one winner. The League of Gods are going to have to deal with that at some point in that matchup. And that'll be an interesting one to see who is willing to take the fall between Black Jesus and Darmus if it does come down to it. And a massive suplex off the ropes there for extra power. And Ryan, the super athlete, really dominating here since coming back in this. And look at that. Massive neck snap. And now look at this. Just stomping away on the limbs. Ryan targeting very well here. And it could be a case of Ryan just continuing to do this match by himself. We know Ryan isn't kind to others. He thinks that no one works as hard as he does, that he is the super athlete for a reason, and he deserves all this fame and glory that he's getting. Calling for the tag, and in comes his tag team partner. In comes Black Jesus, who's this new sense of attitude that he has brought about a new era of dominance for him. If he wasn't already a tough competitor before, and he's taken down Ryan here. And this is very interesting. I'm actually very curious to see how this one ends. With Mayhem and Fight Night people in the ring for the first time. Remember, these two These people have never faced each other before, and that's why they're getting this match in to get themselves some experience with each other before the Money in the Bank ladder match. And the two brands will be fighting hard in the Uprising pay-per-view. And look at that! Spinning back fist! Already! Jesus coming straight out of the gate here, not wasting any time. Almost shades of what he did to Greg not long ago. And look at that, backbreaker as well. And Jesus not holding back anymore. Look at that. Went for a tag, but Jesus once again not letting it happen. And the powerhouse of the League of Gods continues here. And look at this. Flexing for the crowd. And that is the new attitude we are talking about. A man who wants to achieve glory. Looking to do so here. And looking to wrap this one up here for Monday Night Mayhem. Are they going to win here? On away turf. Spinning powerbomb. And straight into the cover. No attempts at a breakup. This one's no. I thought that was a 3 count there. I thought the referee made the 3 count. But Monday Night Mayhem couldn't get the job done. The League of Gods nearly doing it there. But Ryan with the willpower to kick out. And now looking to fight on here. Kick to the face. And now he's got a window of opportunity to attack himself. Here it is. Pele kick. Dodging the clothesline on the Pele kick. And I told you Ryan would consider doing this himself if he could. Ryan, we know, with the most lethal kicker in the business. With his power and destruction. Oh, look at that. And Ryan, worrying signs here for Jesus. Ryan deciding what to do here. Of course, he also has that very dangerous stunner as well. That knows how to that can wrap up the match there. But Ryan, what's he got in mind? Looking for a Michinoku driver and does connect cleanly. Ryan just dragging him to the middle of the ring here. What does he have planned? So far, only Ryan and Liam Connors coming into this match for for Friday Fight Night. And the Monday Night Mayhem team, only the League of Gods have made an appearance. I guess Ryan taunting in the corner, mocking Black Jesus. And I thought maybe he was signaling an end is near, and he might still do. But Ryan, what does he have planned for Black Jesus? A neck snap there. Look, it's Ryan just enjoying himself. He knows he can end this at any moment with that running punt kick. But he's enjoying himself. He doesn't want to do it like that. He wants to inflict harm on people, and that's the type of fighter that Ryan is. Looking for the suplex, and once again off the rope for added impact. And look at this Ryan, stomping away on the limbs. I told you he wouldn't be eager to make a tag, and he's showing that right now. Just asserting his dominance in this match. Big belly-to-belly suplex, and now Jesus looking to tag out. He does. In comes Jax Wolfe. Jax Wolfe now looking to turn the tide. There's a big clothesline and a big forearm to follow, and Jesus turning the tide here. Following making the tag. And now look at this. Ryan might consider tag. He does. In comes Wilson Woodward now. And all of a sudden the tag's hanging out. In comes Wilson Woodward and Jax Wolfe. Fighting each other in the ring, and Wilson Woodward back in the ring trying to assert some dominance if he can. And look at this. Going top rope, high risk. But look at Max. Is he going to let him do it? Oh, he got it off just in time there with that diving elbow drop. Just rolling him closer to the middle of the ring. Wilson Woodward has been on a reign of destruction in Friday Fight Night. Not everything he's achieved has been successful with his attacks on him. And look at that, massive DDT there from Wilson Woodward, and straight into the cover. Looking to wrap it up here. It might be enough. It's a 2. Worrying signs there for Jax Wolfe. And Wilson Woodward with a big shot. And all of a sudden, establishing his dominance in this matchup, Wilson Woodward. Like I say, all these blindsided attacks and call-outs have not worked in his favour brilliantly. But he has done whatever's necessary to get the job done whenever he steps in the ring. Remember, he says he doesn't care for wins and losses. He cares about the destruction that he causes. And now look at this, gets him on the ropes. What's he got planned? Irish whip. Ducks under the clothesline there as Jax Wolfe tries to counter and hits him with a clothesline of his own. And he spins in mid-air almost. And now looking to wrap it up. What's he got planned for Jax Wolfe? Up on the shoulders. And another big slam down. Rude loving them fireman carry slams. Wilson Woodward looking to get the cover. Ryan's going to come in and break it up. Oh, an attempted break up there by Black Jesus. And somehow a kick out occurs. And look at this, Ryan taking matters into his own hands here again. Gets him up on the shoulders. Was maybe looking for another gutbuster, but a big counter into a DDT. Oh, and look at this. Jax Wolfe, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, lumbar check. Lumbar check. Striking from out of nowhere. And Jax Wolfe has the opportunity to wrap this one up. He's going to tag in Damas. And is Damas going to go for the cover? He's not. And Jax Wolfe made this mistake last week against the League of Gods, not going for the cover when the opportunity had arisen. And there's a massive neck smack from the middle rope. Meanwhile, Max Cotterrell and Ryan Austin battling on the outside. The referee had to tell him to pack it in there and get back to the ropes. And now Damas continuing his domination. So many people in this ring, and almost everyone's been tagged in so far, except for Mad Max and Max Danger. The two Maxes yet to enter this matchup. But it's been a great main event so far, and we still are looking for a winner here. Both teams fighting hard. For some people, it's about repping their brand, but for others, it's about asserting their dominance, giving themselves an opportunity at the pay-per-view to make their life easier. And look at this. Everyone moves out of the way there from the Fight Night brand because they know what he's got planned. Wilson Woodward looking for a superplex off the top rope. Big connection down, slap bang in the middle of the ring. And Damas tried to crawl away there and he couldn't do it. Straight into the cover by Wilson Woodward, and it's a 2 count. Woodward's looked really impressive in this matchup, has to be said. Straight out the gate. Oh, look at this. Oh, and nearly crashing into his teammates. They were wisely got out of the way. And now all of a sudden, Damas trying to provide a fight back. There's an elbow drop. Damas, very strong elbows. He provides a lot of attack in his offense through those elbows. And we might see another example of that right here. He's dragging him into the middle of the ring. We know what Damas has in mind. Playing for the crowd here. Repping for Monday Night Mayhem. Looking for the elbow drop. There it is. And all of a sudden, Damas in control. And another elbow drop. And a kip up for style. In typical Damas fashion, the Greek god. The man who claims to be undefeated. The man who claims to be the greatest wrestler and golfer in Greece history. Or Greek history, should I say. And look at that massive DDT from one knee. And Damas in control. And Monday Night Mayhem have had the majority of control in this one, it has to be said. The League of Gods and Jax Wolfe doing the damage. Max Cotterrell the only one who's not participated. But if you don't have to participate, I wouldn't. Because, of course, you've got a massive matchup, which is only going to end in absolute chaos at the pay-per-view. And now look at this. Damas could end this at any moment if he could land the greetings from Greece. Instead, he's going to go to the ring. Might look to make a tag. What has he got? In comes Max. Max Cotterrell, another tag team specialist, working his way into the ring. Oh, look at that. Tried to tag in Max Danger as well. And we're almost at the battle of the two Maxes there. And Damas thought about helping out Max there, decided against it, decided he didn't care enough. And now look at this. Wilson Woodward working away on Max Danger, but look at that, just takes that shot, and now he's angry. He shouldn't have done that. Hurricane Rana. And now look at this, Max begging for the tag. He wants to get in there. He wants to wrap this one up. And you have a feeling we might be seeing an end very soon. We're just waiting for one of these teams to pull away. And look at these elbows to the top of the head of Wilson Woodward might do the trick. Now stomping away on him here. Picks him up. Max Cotterrell, we know, is a lethal fighter. Not your traditional little man, cruiserweight fighter. Oh, look at this. There's the tag. And the final man in the match is Max Danger. And in he comes straight away with a shoulder tackle. And a massive clothesline to follow. But Max just shooting straight up after all of it. But that big shoulder tackle took him down. And that added up. And now look at this. Max Danger not wasting any time here to bring out the big moves and just tossing him across the ring there with the suplex. And now Max looking for the springboard. Oh, decided against it. Maybe wisely so. He's decided to go the other side. Oh, no. And and again decides against it. What's Max thinking here? The battle of the Maxes right now, and this is a matchup we never thought we'd see. Max Danger and Max Cotterrell, or at least not in singles, at least not in these circumstances. Beautiful move by Max. The League of Gods are really enjoying themselves. Look at this. Shooting star press. Standing moonsault. And now Max has got Max where he wants him. I really should start calling him Cotterrell and Danger, especially since there's only one of each. And that would be an interesting match later down the line. The Cotterrell family and the Danger family. Woodward finally gets himself back to his feet. I have a feeling this match might be coming to an end at some point. We're just waiting for that final decider. Who can separate themselves from the rest? Into the corner, tag made. In comes Black Jesus. And more tag team work being done. Wilson Woodward not being allowed back into this match. Oh, the referee got caught by Max there. And look at this, Max isn't done just yet. He's set up Black Jesus nicely. Oh, but the referee making sure Max Danger is okay there. And snapping him back to reality. Oh, look at this. Not done, and just punches Max Danger with a little cheap shot there. Max Cotterrell with a cheap shot there, excuse me. Oh, and a massive gut buster. Oh, look at this. Begging for the tag, and he gets it. Just as he reaches around Max Danger. Oh, look at that, a massive clothesline, and Dharma's back in the match with authority. Max Danger in trouble here. Look at that, spinning forearm. Always got to be with a little bit of style. It's the Dharmist way. It's the Greek style way. And look at this, trading shots now between the two. Who's going to win that battle of power? Max gets him up on the shoulders. Look at that. Oh, a big slam down. And all of a sudden, Fight Night establishing control. He's sensing panic here from the Monday Night Mayhem team. Into his team's corner. Makes the tag, and in comes Ryan. And very similar aggressive style of fighting between them two. And now look at Ryan. Oh, an inverted Russian leg sweep. Slap bang in the middle of the ring. And now straight to the corner. Ryan's not wasting any time. Ryan looking to wrap this one up. Looking to put away Dharmas with the punt kick. And straight into the cover. Wilson Woodward's going to prevent any intervention. And the Friday Fight Night team pick up the victory in this 4-on-4 tag team matchup. Another man falls victim to that vicious punt kick of Ryan's. Look at that. That was a spinning powerbomb on Ryan that we thought might have got the job done, but the Pele kick turned the tide back in their favour, and Wilson Woodward did very well on his end as well when he battled Jax Wolfe. Loads of little individual battles that we might see again as a lumbar check in the main event of Uprising pay-per-view, but these four pick up the victory. And of course they celebrate here tonight together. But the question is, at the pay-per-view, can one of these men pick up the championship? Oh, look at that, Liam Connors and Wilson Woodward just exchanging words there for a second. But a big win for Friday Fight Night here against Monday Night Mayhem. And that's going to wrap up tonight's show. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to leave a like if you did and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Be sure you comment your thoughts and feelings on the show, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.